to see?
Yeah, I looked at it. Saw a really good football game. Really good football game by two good football teams, and one team made one more play than the other. To be honest with you, I thought our guys played well in spots. Really played well. I thought offensively we probably played one of our better games for the most part, besides a couple series here and there. But I thought we did some good things there offensively, and then defensively, I thought we did a lot of good things against their offense. Other than we missed some tackles, but then we had like 7 missed tackles on their quarterback by himself, and we knew going into the game we couldn't do that. So plenty of time we had guys coming free, and we just didn't make the play. Part of it is he's a really good quarterback, he's a good player. And part of it we didn't. You heard Ramel say earlier, we didn't do our job like we're supposed to.
So kind of half and half as far as the defense goes. Not making the plays, but also ULM making plays as.
Oh, no doubt. They did. Quarterback made a lot of plays. Our guys were secondary, did a great job of covering their receiver. But we knew once he got in the pocket, then that's become dangerous. Because now you don't know whether he's going to run the ball or throw it, and when he's running as much as he did early in that game. Now guys feel like they have to come off and try to stop him, and then he'll throw the ball over. So we ended up doing what we knew they were going to do, and again, we just got to make plays when they're there. We had plenty of opportunities, we didn't make them. Part of it was them, part of it was us, and why we didn't make them.
You guys can still, technically when the Sun Belt of Monroe loses twice, you have to do a little bit of scoreboard watching to keep up with them. How do you keep that from your guys maybe being a distraction?
We ain't watching any scoreboard. The only scoreboard we watching is the one that we're playing in. We can't worry about anything Monroe's doing, or we got to worry about the tops. Everything else really doesn't matter. So the tops got to worry about FIU. We can't worry about games down the road and all. I think I say we're in a better position than we've been in before, and our guys understand that. And you heard Ramel say earlier, no one was happy with that loss. We've set an expectation around here now, and we're trying to live to that expectation. So we got to bounce back, get back to work, and get back to doing what we can do.
Why did it change from 24 to 18?
Because I thought we did. I thought we played well. We played well in that game, and our guys were crushed. It was good they were crushed, because they hate losing. I love that about them, But I didn't want that feeling like it's been before we lost games. I want our guys to understand where we're at as a football team, and all of our goals are still ahead of us, and we just got to get back to work, and not worry about what's anybody else going to do. We got to worry about these next 5 ball games, and we take care of those. Everything else take care of itself.
Was there a concern that maybe that would linger a little bit?
Yeah, because it's the first time we dealt with this now since we've been winning, other than the Alabama loss. First time we lost a Sun Belt Conference game in a while. So you don't know how your team's going to respond because we hadn't been here in a while. So just try to nip it in the bud and really wanted to move on, And we watched that tape and told our guys we got to learn from our mistakes and correct those things, see to it that we don't do it again, and then just get back to work and just go out and see if we can be a lot better than we were last week, because we feel like we can be.
FIU is obviously been struggling this year. Are you worried that this is going to be the game where they finally sort of figure it out?
Man, I am not worried about what FIU doing. I'm worried about these tops. Make sure the tops figure it out and make sure we don't do what we did last week. It's not about anybody else we're playing. It's about us, and I'm sure Coach Cristobal will have his guys ready to play, and our guys understand who we're going against. We won this game by 1 point last year, and there's a lot of the same guys that was on that team last year on this team now, and we understand how tough it's going to be. They didn't pick FIU to be the #1 team in this conference for no reason, and it's probably the best one in whatever their record is team that's out there. So we got to come ready to play and play our ball game.
Maybe, I don't know if it's cliche, maybe it's not, the whole desperation for them. They're 1-7. Their chance of going to a bowl is pretty much gone, but obviously they can still play for pride. Is that something that you could maybe caution against a little bit because they might be coming in desperate?
No. Again, we know they're a good football team. We can't, for whatever reason, again, like why the record is what it is. We know they're a good football team, and can't get concerned on how they feel. We got to be more concerned on how the top's feeling and how the top's prepared for that football game. And again, it's not about anybody else we play. We can't play up or down to anybody else's level. I said that at the beginning of the year. Once we find ourselves doing that, we'll be the same average team that we were at the beginning of the year. We don't want to be that. So we got to go out and do our best to play a lot better than we did last week.
You guys have a lot of guys on the team from Florida, so I'm sure there'll be a lot of families there watching. You say anything to those guys in case maybe they'll get a little bit too hyped to play in front of their friends and family, try to really show out for them?
No. I just tell them to get their ticket situation out of the way before practice tomorrow. Talk to your family, get all that out of the way, because we're not dealing with tickets once we start practice this week. And tell them, like I've been telling them all week, all year, go out there, show up and show out. Don't do any good to go down there and get hyped and be excited and you don't do anything. So we got to go out there and be fired up that we lost last week, and fired up to get back in the winning column, because it takes me off when we lose and don't feel good at all. So I feel a lot better when we win. So get back to that.
Will you have any special guests there?
I have a lot. Got those tickets out of the way already. Done. Ready to roll.
Got a number roughly what you might expect?
About 40. Some of them going to have to pay. That's too many tickets.
But as much as y'all recruit in that state and recruit against them a lot, how important is it to play well when you play in the state of Florida?
I think it's very important. I think a lot of those kids will see. Going to be watching that game and want to see how well we do. And I'm sure a lot of kids probably be at the game watching some of the kids that we're recruiting. So, again, it's important that we just go put on the show. And in general, you win ball game, you play well, and you attract more people, whether it's in Florida or anywhere else. But so it's important that we go out and play well.
Is Antonio okay?
Yeah, he's fine. He's tweaked his hammy a little bit, but he did that early in the year too. We just got to make sure get some good treatment this week and be ready to go.
Keyshawn saw a little action against ULM the other night. Do you expect to see him?
Come on, a little more juice. I can't hear you, man.
Keyshawn was in the game a little bit the other night. Are you all working him back into the rotation now?
Yeah, he practiced last week with us and did some things, but we're going to bring him back slowly and hopefully come in and help our football team and contribute like we expected him to early in the year.
Anything else, guys? Thanks, Coach.